Hey guys, Tyrannical here, and welcome back to today's episode of Tyrannical Reviews. We're near the end, folks. We're near the end. And, alright, so, there's actually a lot that I want to address. There's a lot of stuff that I need to address before the review, but I'm gonna save it to afterwards because I'm gonna be honest. This is my second time recording this because all the stuff took me like 5 minutes to get in. I didn't want to have to bore you guys with a bunch of news before the review. So yeah, if you want to hear all the news, stick around to the end of the video. If not, then you can leave early. But one thing that I am gonna talk about is in the last episode I said that I was gonna post a schedule for the last episodes of Toronto Review Season 1. Season 1, I'm not ending the series, just Season 1. I'm going to take a small break, and I'll be back for Season 2. But, yeah, I thought I wouldn't do that because I kind of just said everything I was going to review, and I want to keep the final two a secret. So today we're, reviewing, Jaller, like I said in the, Bionicle MP review. And then Friday, I'm going to do a big Maniac Mac review. I hope. There's a chance I won't be able to do a Maniac Mac review Friday, but if not, it will be the first episode of I'm gonna do this Maniac Mac review eventually. I've just had to watch a lot for it. So, yeah, that will hopefully be Friday. And then, yeah, next Monday and next Tuesday, I'm not Tuesday, next Monday and next Friday, I would like to, leave a surprise. So, yeah, you will see what that is. So, yes, stay tuned. So now on to the actual review, and then for the other stuff, I'll say it at the end. So, today we're going to be doing a review of Jaller, and I think his channel actually has had a different name. It was like Jaller Numbers or something, but right now it's Jaller, I do believe, and I think everyone knows him as Jaller. So yeah, Jaller. Oh my gosh, alright. So this was actually okay. Oh my god, okay. This is probably the only or one of the only Bionicle channels that focus. I know that actually the Shattered One has said this already, because spoiler alert, this is the Shattered One's favorite favorite biotuber. And yeah, I can definitely see why, I guess. So yeah, Jaller is pretty much the only BioTube channel that focuses on 100% comedy. Like, there's not really any of his stories are actually accurate to like the Bionicle canon, except for like the characters' names, obviously. But yeah, his stories most of the time have nothing to do with the Bionicle storylines. They just focus on 100% comedy, and they're really gosh darn funny. Oh my god. Okay, so easily the best part about Jaller is his comedy. Just I love the channel name is Jaller, by the way. I'm not like I don't want it to sound like I think that I probably didn't even need to. Yeah, the channel name is Jaller. I said that already. You know, just pretend I didn't say that. Yeah, yeah, Jaller. Yeah, he has amazing comedy, and I mean, okay, what I meant was the channel name is Jaller, but the main character is Jaller, and the character Jaller has great. I made this unintentionally confusing. Okay, the channel Jaller and the character Jaller in from this channel, they both have great comedy. And when I say Jaller from now on, I'm mostly going to be referring to the channel, unless I say character Jaller. I made this unintentionally confusing. Okay, back to review. Yeah, Jaller, the comedy on Jaller is amazing. Like, I think it may be impossible to get through one of it, or I know it's not impossible, but I think all of his videos give you at least one laugh, and that's like a guarantee. His channel is just his videos are just they're just really funny. That's all I can. And like, I would try and describe some of the jokes, but like I've said before, it's more fun. It's more funny to just see the jokes for yourself, because when I describe a joke, it normally sounds less funny. So yeah, I definitely recommend it, because his videos are only like 2 minutes long. I definitely recommend checking out a couple of Jaller episodes, at least a couple Jaller episodes after this if you haven't. And my favorite for those who have seen them, my three favorite episodes are Axon gets kicked, because I haven't seen all of them, because there's like I think there's like over 30, but I've seen like half of them. Some of my favorites are Axon gets kidnapped, Jaller gets kidnapped, Jaller drinks coffee, Jaller goes to space, and Jaller and the Rose. And you know, let's actually talk about Jaller and the Rose, because that is actually the image that I'm using here. All right, so Jaller and the Rose was made. I mean, it's not really the Jaller finale, but it definitely feels like one. So basically, it takes a song called "The Rose," which I didn't even know about before I saw. Yeah, the series Jaller actually introduced me to a new song, and yeah, basically Jaller does a parody of. They're not a parody. He just sings it with wow accents, like just talking. It's you need to watch it. You need to watch it because the beginning's funny. But if I'm honest, the ending, honestly, but before Black Paraka starts singing, yes, Rydak is his name is actually Black Paraka in this. Yeah, in one episode, I forget which one, but Jaller specifically goes to the camera and says, "No, it's not Rydak, it's Black Paraka." And I mean, come on, guys, everyone knows that in this story, Rydak, his name was Black Paraka. But yeah, basically before Black Paraka starts singing, if I'm honest, the video gets kind of beautiful. The whole cast singing. I don't know. I know that sounds insane. I know that probably sounds insane for a Jaller of all channels to sound beautiful, but honestly, like I know this is again. I know I'm gonna be sharing a lot of the same points that the Shadowed One had, but I feel like if you actually, yeah, go check out the Shadow One One's top 10 biotubers, and then see his review on on a Jaller, because Jaller was number one on the list. Yeah, see how he summed the Jaller after this, because I'm gonna be saying a lot of the same points as he did, and he's obviously gonna be doing them better. So yeah, go watch that after this. But yeah, if I'm on, yeah, it honestly just gets kind of beautiful. You have to watch. If I were to recommend, like, if you were gonna go and watch this series, I would recommend start with Jaller drinks coffee, because that's if you want just a good taste of the series, that's a good one to start with. Then Jaller and the Rose, just so my point is. Then just my point is so my point here of it actually being kind of beautiful actually makes sense. And then from there you can basically just watch any of them because they're all really funny. So or I mean, from the ones I've seen, I mean, I've only seen like half of them, but you know, I mean, yeah, I mean, all right. So yeah, all right, yeah. So while the writing and comedy of Jawer is amazing, I gotta be honest, the animation and presentation isn't the best, and that honestly, I think at times actually adds to the comedy, if that makes any sense. Okay, so hear me out. Basically, it's like it's hard to explain. Like basically, sometimes the videos have a certain charm because you can tell they were just made using like a home, like they're just home videos made using just like a normal camera, just with just like by moving the guys around normally. Normally, there's actually occasionally stop motion is used a little bit, but I mean it's mainly just like moving the characters around. And I don't know, that kind of just adds to the charm of the videos, honestly. And normally the writing is so funny, you just ignore the honestly pretty bad animation. Honestly, okay, if I were to compare Jaller to one thing, and this is gonna sound completely insane, if I were to describe Jaller as in the channel, and this I made this. Okay, I've been when I say Jaller, like I said, I mean the channel, not the character. But even though the character is also fine, I'm just gonna forget it. If I were to describe Jaller as a series and what it like compares to, I'd say South Park. It has its writing is amazing, yet it has really crappy animation, and the presentation isn't. Actually, Jaller, actually, if I were to say, if Jaller had like insanely good animation, then I'd say the presentation would actually be, for how it, like the sets and stuff would actually be like fine. So actually actually though, like some things though, because I kind of got off topic. Hold on. So yeah, South Park, it has really crappy animation, and it doesn't look the best, but the writing is so amazing on how they parody current events. It's just you ignore all of that because you're just so inverse in the writing. And keep in mind, South Park's my favorite cartoon of all time, so I'm not just one of those people who are like, South Park is just. I don't know why I started talking about South Park in a Jawa review. If someone just like skips to here, they'll probably be really confused. But yeah, trust me, it relates. Yeah, it has the animation isn't the best, but the writing is amazing. Is amazing, and yeah. So yeah, Jaller reminded me a lot of South Park, and yeah, it's I know it's insane, but yeah, but seriously though, the animation is definitely not the best. But like I said, it kind of adds to the charm, and that's honestly the same thing with South Park. It's like when you see South Park's animation style, it's like it has a certain charm to it. And also South Park's kind of different though, because the reason the animation is pretty bad is because they like to get the episodes out quickly so they can mock current events. So actually maybe South Park isn't the best thing to compare Jaller to. Yeah, maybe when you really get down to it, there's a lot that the two have in common, and they even both have some beautiful moments. Just watch Jaller and the Rose, and it will make sense on how Jaller actually has some beautiful moment. It has like a beautiful moment. So like I said, the writing is definitely the best part, and yeah, the okay, so the animation. Like I said, it has a certain charm to it, but okay, so objectively, it's bad. And if I were gonna rate it like objectively, like just generally, then I'd give it a 6 probably. But or maybe even a lot actually, because I've been changing my score for everything here, because like this is why I've been changing my score so much. It's hard to kind of be mad at the animation because you can tell it's not the main focus, and it kind of adds to the charm. So I'm gonna leave animation and presentation at a 6 for now. I know my rating system's kind of messed up, and I'm gonna be talking about that at the end, because I actually had and we're actually at the end now of it, because yeah, I actually had a kind of I had a funny. Okay, you hold on, wait. So overall, story 10 out of 10, animation 6 out of 10, and presentation 6 out of 10. Overall, 22 out of 30. Amazing job, Jaller. I love your series, and if you're watching this, and actually, the channel the channel name is Jaller, right? Because I've just been referring to the channel name as Jaller. But yeah, they actually the people who worked on Jaller, or Jaller as in the channel, yeah. All right, the people who worked on Jaller as in the channel, they actually in 2013 they kind of stopped making videos because they were off to college. But then last year they actually returned, and they did a live stream answering questions. So that was nice of them. But yeah, I don't know if they're ever gonna bring Jaller back as a series, but if you're watching this, I would definitely appreciate that. But yeah, so the thing with Jaller actually though is I hope that you guys don't think that I think it's a bad series just because of the lower score. I mean, lower in terms of scores normally. Actually, is it? It's not a low score now, but basically, yeah. As a series overall, it's good, and its flaws you definitely look over. But objectively, there are definitely. I hope I didn't get subjective and objective mixed up again. Trust me, I had a couple instances where I got them mixed up, but so I'm not gonna go into that. But yeah, objectively, it's not. If you were looking at it like as like a critic standpoint, like I kind of am, it's not the best. But it's really you just really look over it. So yeah, again, awesome job, and I hope you consider continuing the series, because I definitely want to see that. So if you don't care about the little story I have and kind of other news, then you can click off the video now. But okay, so all right, so here's what happened to me. So Cowan LOF was live. Oh my god. Okay. So Cowan, I'm sorry, I just found this whole thing funny. All right. So Cowan LOF was live streaming on the Great Furnace channel with IDS and I think someone else. I don't remember. But yeah, I was the first one in the stream. By the way, Cowan, if you're watching this, I was the first one in the stream. That had nothing to do with anything. I was the first one in the stream. But yeah, I was in the stream for the first 10 minutes, but I had to go do something, so I left. And then, apparently, Mr. Creepy BioTube Stalker, wait, I know you're probably watching this, he came into the stream later, and he said, hey, I've been watching some BioTube reviewer, and that some BioTube reviewer was me, and, he said that how I gave Callan and Davix and Project Toa the same score in animation. And I'm going to be 100% honest, I didn't even know I did, so because I didn't even remember that I did because I didn't remember the score of Callan and Davix. But okay, and Callan said that didn't make any sense because Callan and Davix, he thought it wasn't very good and was a ripoff of Onipex and Pals. And then IDS called me an idiot, which I am proud of. I'm gonna take that to my grave. IDS called me an idiot. Yeah. Oh my god, what am I saying? Yeah. Yeah, so basically, yeah, they were confused on why I gave, Callan and Davix and Project Toa the same score in animation, and I didn't even remember what I did. But I guess I'll explain this, and I will explain something with my rating. So, all right, Callan and Davix had very smooth animation. You can factor out the story; it had very smooth animation. Project Toa, the animation was good. It was just a bit choppy at times, but if you put all the effects over it, then it was amazing. Then it looked really good overall. And I think that made them about equal. If I were to go back, I'd probably change Project Toa to a 9 out of 10, because I think I definitely probably should have given it a higher score. But yeah, I wanted to actually talk about my rating system. So normally, when I'm rating the scores for anything, I'm actually not. I usually don't think about how it will compare to other animations, which I do agree normally screws up my rating system. But yeah, in season 2, I'm gonna be trying to fix up my rating system, and I explained in my Canister Wasteland review like how what each rating means, how what a 10 out of 10 mean. Yeah, but yeah, normally when I'm when I'm rating, I usually don't think about how it will compare to other animations. And thank you, Creepy Tube Stalker, for actually bringing this up to me, because I didn't really know that yeah, I didn't really realize that some of my ratings were getting screwed up. So yeah, in season 2, I have an idea for how I'm gonna fix that, and you'll see that in season 2. I'm gonna leave it a surprise. But yeah, my rating system I'm gonna clean up in season 2, but I just want everyone to remember that my tyrannical reviews, they're mainly about I mainly or not mainly actually, I mean, excuse me, I'm gonna bump the mic for a second. I'm sorry, I just bumped the mic. Yeah, yeah, yes, I want to rate the series, so people can see what I would rate them, but also I mainly made the series just so I can talk about other YouTubers series that I like, and give constructive criticism and just thoughts. And then the ratings, I'll be honest, when I was reviewing the first episode, Chronicles of Hero, I'll be honest, I kind of just threw the ratings in at the end because I thought that would be a little fun little thing to do. So yeah, I want my ratings to actually make sense. So I'm gonna fix them in season 2. And most of them made sense to me, but they didn't to others. And looking back, I can kind of see that some of my ratings didn't make sense. So yeah, I'm gonna fix up my ratings in season 2. And yeah, I hope that will just make this series overall better. And I think that was it. Actually, yeah, Callan, if you're again, if you're watching this, the reason I said in my so like I said in my review, I know this is specifically aimed at 2 people. So like I said, if you wanted to click off earlier, that's okay. Yeah, the reason I gave Callan and Davix, I think, a 10 out of 10 in story, was because I saw it before Onipex and Pals, and it was honestly, Callan and Davix was actually one of the first Bionicle series I ever saw when I was first getting into the BattleTube community. So it kind of has a special place in my heart. So, yeah, personally to me. So, yeah, that's why I give it such a high score in story. And, yeah, this is a case where extreme kind of, personal, ratings is coming in. And, yeah, the ratings are normally my opinion, but I tend to try and balance. I'm switching from talking to specific people in general. I try and make them cater to my opinion, and then also just overall. So yeah, like I said, my ratings may not make all too much sense. I think in this time, I couldn't in this review, for example, I was kind of conflicted on what to rate the story and presentation, because of how kind of how it works, but how it worked for this specific animation. But I thought it made sense for me, and if it didn't make sense for others, then I want to try and change it the best I can. Not to the point where it doesn't make sense for me and just makes sense for others, just to the point where it can work for everyone, because I want my series to work for everyone. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the review. I'm sorry this got extended out because I needed to talk about all of this. But yeah, stay tuned Friday for my Maniac Mac review. Hopefully, and if there's still gonna be a review Friday, but let's hope it's the Maniac Mac review, because there's an insanely small chance it won't be. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get that out then. So yeah, goodbye, y'all.